May 19th, 1983. It was supposed to be a peaceful spring evening in Springfield, Oregon. But at the local hospital, chaos burst through the emergency doors. A woman ran inside with blood on her arms. Her voice was shaking. Dramatic voice. "Help! Someone shot my kids, please!" Doctors rushed to the car parked outside. Inside were three young children, 8-year-old Christy, 7-year-old Cheryl, and 3-year-old Danny. They had all been shot at close range. One child would never wake again. Diane, the mother, had a gunshot wound on her arm. Small, clean, strangely perfect. While doctors fought to save the children, detectives pulled Diane aside. She explained her story quickly, smoothly, almost rehearsed. "I was driving home. I stopped to help a man on the road. He told me to give him the car. I said no. Then, he shot my kids." A stranger on a dark road. A classic horror scene. But something felt off. One detective later said, "She didn't look like a scared mother. She looked like someone telling a boring story." And that was only the beginning. To understand the crime, investigators needed to understand the woman behind it. Diane Downs seemed like a normal divorced mom. She smiled a lot. She talked fast. Some called her charming. But her past showed something darker. She had grown up feeling unloved. As an adult, she desperately chased attention, especially from men. Her children often felt like obstacles, things that held her back. And just weeks before the shooting, Diane had fallen deeply obsessed with a man who didn't want kids. He wanted a life with her, but not with 3 children attached. And suddenly, investigators had a motive. When detectives examined Diane's car, the puzzle pieces began falling into place. There was almost no blood where Diane claimed she sat. There were no signs of struggle. And strangely, the bullet casings looked like they came from a gun that Diane herself owned. But when asked where her gun was, Diane suddenly couldn't remember. "Diane, I don't know. Maybe I lost it." Investigators began to see the story differently. Maybe there was no stranger. Maybe the killer was inside the car the whole time. Doctors worked through the night. Christy, the oldest daughter, fought for her life. She survived, but the trauma left her unable to speak about what happened. For months, she stayed silent. Then one day, during therapy, Christy finally spoke, and her words changed everything. Christy, soft, scared voice, "Mom, she shot us." The room went silent. Christy wasn't lying. Her voice trembled. Her eyes filled with pain. The truth was out. Armed with Christy's testimony, the gun evidence, and Diane's strange behavior, police prepared to arrest her. But Diane didn't act like a grieving mother. She laughed during interviews. She flirted with reporters. She even described the shooting with a smile on her face. Diane. Being shot, it didn't even hurt that much. People watching at home were horrified. Finally, in February 1984, Diane Downs was arrested and charged with murder and attempted murder. Her reaction? She smiled. The courtroom was packed. Reporters filled every seat. Everyone wanted to see the woman accused of the unthinkable. Prosecutors painted Diane as a mother who valued her own desires more than her children's lives. The strongest witness was Christy. Now 9 years old, she bravely walked into the courtroom. Through tears, she pointed at her mother. "Christy, she's the one who shot us." Diane's face didn't move. No tears, no guilt, just cold eyes. The jury didn't take long. Diane Downs was found guilty. She was sentenced to life in prison plus 50 years, ensuring she would never walk free again. After the trial, Christy and Danny, now disabled from his injuries, were adopted by the prosecutor who fought for them. They built a new life far away from the woman who tried to take everything from them. Diane, meanwhile, continued to show no remorse. She claimed she was innocent, even after the evidence proved otherwise. She even tried to escape prison once, just another sign of her narcissistic confidence. But the world didn't forget who she truly was. The story of Diane Downs is not just a true crime case. It's a chilling reminder that evil can come from the person you trust the most. A mother is supposed to protect her children. But on that night in 1983, Diane Downs chose herself over them. One child died. 2 were left with lifelong scars. And a nation was left shocked by the darkness of one woman's heart. This has been the story of Diane Downs, the mother who shot her own children and thought she would get away with it.